Come on. Yes.
They was to do 5-6 rounds. Why you gonna do 5-6 if you knock him before? If was the fight was over. The fight was over. Then more you do is just extras. Mike go home today happy.
Come and get me, Mike. Come on. There we go. That's it right there. Perfect. That's one. Good one. Nice. Go. Come and get me, Mike. Let's go. There we go. That's round yet. That's round yet. Let's go. Come on, Mike. There we go. Using those legs.
As the highly anticipated fight nears, Mike Tyson is wrapping up his last day of training with unwavering focus and intensity. Preparing for his clash with Jake Paul, his camp has been buzzing with energy. His team has kept him on a strict regimen, sharpening the power, speed, and technique that solidified his reputation as the baddest man on the planet.
Right, better to the body.
You right, coach?
Mike, tá well? Maybe need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds.
At 58, Tyson's training combines classic boxing drills with modern conditioning techniques designed to sustain his endurance, power, and explosiveness. His routine includes intense strength and conditioning workouts, rigorous sparring sessions, and rapid pad work to keep his hands speed sharp. According to his trainers, Tyson's intensity remains as fierce as ever, and his unwavering discipline in these final days reflects his dedication to this fight.
He wants to one more time entertain people. He's a fighter, but he likes to entertain people. It is what he fights for. He fights for all those people he can see in the street. The people come to him and say, "You are the people's champ." So this is really motivating him to be in the gym from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day.
Tyson's training program emphasizes high-intensity interval workouts and mobility exercises to keep him in peak condition. His stamina has been enhanced through endurance circuits and cardio drills, ensuring he's ready for the fast-paced action in the ring. Despite being the oldest fighter in this matchup, Tyson continues to show incredible adaptability, blending the training methods from his prime with modern techniques tailored to his current physical needs.
I expect the biggest fight of the history. Why? Because we talk about Mike Tyson. We talk about Netflix, live on Netflix, something that never had before. Things like that you just can do with a name like Mike Tyson.
Aware that Jake Paul is nearly 30 years younger, Tyson and his team have carefully crafted a game plan. He has been honing his signature moves, devastating body shots and rapid head combinations that once made him one of the most feared fighters in the sport. At the same time, his training includes defensive drills designed to counter Paul's reach and youthful agility, ensuring he's prepared for every challenge in the ring. Inside sources from Tyson's camp reveal that he has been refining his counterpunching skills, anticipating an aggressive approach from Paul. His team is focused on capitalizing on Jake's tendency to lunge, creating openings for Tyson to unleash his power. Sparring sessions have emphasized timing and movement, key to overcoming Paul's reach advantage. The strategy is to deliver a vintage Tyson performance, using explosive bursts of energy to break down his younger opponent over time.
Excellent, Mike. Excellent, Mike.
You break him, unpredictable.
Exactly, Mike. Beautiful roll, Mike. Excellent. Excellent.
For both hardcore boxing fans and casual viewers, this fight is pure spectacle. A legendary heavyweight known for his brutal power facing off against a rising star who went from internet personality to fighter. It's the kind of matchup that feels straight out of a boxing fantasy. Social media is buzzing with training clips, promotional shots, and endless fan debates. Can Jake Paul's youth and reach stand up to Tyson's experience and raw power? A recent interview with Stephen A. Smith gave a glimpse into Tyson's mindset, and he didn't hold back. At 58, Tyson is training with the same fire that made him a champion, determined to prove he's still a force in the ring. He revealed that he's been sparring 8 rounds multiple times a week, relentlessly pushing to stay sharp and powerful. "I feel in great condition," Tyson told Smith, making it clear that age isn't slowing him down. Tyson's confidence is undeniable. "I think I'm going to be able to handle the situation," he said, making it clear he's more than ready to step into the ring with Paul, despite their age gap. When Stephen A. Smith pressed him for more details, Wondering if Tyson planned to go easy on the 27-year-old or aim for a knockout, Tyson didn't hesitate. With a cold, unwavering stare, he responded, "I think I'm going to hurt him." Those words instantly sent shockwaves through sports media and social platforms, igniting debate over just how aggressive Tyson plans to be once the bell rings. Training under Brazilian coach Rafael Cordeiro, Tyson has been sharpening his endurance and power with a rigorous schedule, leaving no room for complacency. His routine is strikingly similar to his prime years, daily sessions packed with sparring, strength training, conditioning, and tactical drills. "It's all about the basics," Tyson explained. "Give it everything you have 3 times a day." Despite his confidence, he acknowledges that Paul might try a more defensive, evasive approach to avoid his devastating punches. When speaking with Mike Ducey of Fox 4 Dallas-Fort Worth, Tyson seemed unimpressed by that strategy. "I don't see how he's going to fight by running all day," he said dismissively, signaling that he's ready to cut off the ring and force Paul into a fight. Recently, Tyson's camp shared footage of his raw intensity in training. In a now viral clip, he unleashed a brutal punch on a sparring partner, forcing Coach Cordeiro to step in and halt the session, an eye-opening moment that only heightened excitement among fans. This footage left no doubt. Tyson is taking this fight seriously, determined to remind the world why he was once the most feared man in boxing. With just days to go, fan speculation is at an all-time high, not only about the outcome but also about what's next for Tyson. Some are hoping for a clash with his old rival Evander Holyfield or even a rematch with Lennox Lewis. But for now, Tyson's focus is locked on November 15th, ready to prove he still carries the same knockout power that made him a legend. In New York, the energy was electric. The crowd erupted in cheers for Tyson, their voices shaking the arena. When Jake Paul took the stage, the atmosphere shifted, boos rained down, drowning out his entrance. In stark contrast, Tyson was embraced like a returning champion, every step met with roaring applause. Paul, unfazed by the hostility, fired back at the crowd, telling them to quiet down and reflect on their own behavior. He then took aim at the city itself, drawing a comparison between New York and Tyson, claiming both were once great but had lost their edge, before taking even more shots at the city's reputation.
"Hey, New York, shut the fuck up, New York. Hey, boo yourselves. Boo yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. F you, New York. F you. Dumbass
At the press conference, Paul appeared visibly tense despite his earlier bold claim that he would kill Tyson in the ring. While he acknowledged his respect for the boxing icon, he made it clear that their friendship was over. Paul confidently declared that on November 15th, he would knock Tyson out and prove himself as the true victor. Dismissing Tyson as old, he insisted he would teach him a lesson, like a father schooling his son. Tyson, unfazed by the trash talk, reaffirmed his readiness to fight. He revealed that after briefly stepping back from training on his doctor's advice, he was back in full form. Though he admitted to a temporary setback due to illness, he assured fans he had recovered and was feeling strong. With confidence in his preparation, Tyson made it clear he won't engage in talk. Instead, he'll let his fists do the talking when the bell rings. A UFC legend recently revealed the massive payday Mike Tyson will earn for his fight against Jake Paul. Originally set for July 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the highly anticipated showdown was unexpectedly postponed in June. Later that month, reports confirmed a new fight date, November 15th, with Netflix set to stream the event live. In a statement, Nakisa Bidarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, shared insights into the fight's rescheduling and the excitement surrounding the new date. Nakisa Bidarian said, "Our team has worked diligently with all parties involved to reschedule this monumental fight to a date that ensures both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fully prepared with equal training time, as well as allowing us to keep the event at AT&T Stadium in the midst of the Cowboy season." Bidarian further added, "We appreciate the outstanding dedication, collaboration, and flexibility of our partners at Netflix and AT&T. Stadium Paul vs. Tyson is the most cross-generational sporting event in history, and we are committed to providing fans worldwide with this unforgettable night of boxing live globally on Netflix. We look forward to seeing everyone on Friday, November 15th for a showdown that will be talked about for generations to come." Paul took his trash talk to another level on Sunday, taking shots at New York City, Tyson's hometown. Thriving in the spotlight, he embraced the loud boos from the New York crowd and boldly promised to shock the world when he finally faced Tyson in the ring. Tyson, however, remained unfazed. Calm and composed, he casually answered questions from ESPN analyst Ryan Clark, who hosted the press conference. During their face-off, the former heavyweight champ even added a playful touch to the moment, giving Paul a light shove and drawing laughter from the audience. When asked why he agreed to fight Paul despite their 30-year age gap, Tyson responded with confidence, making it clear that he's ready to step back into the ring. Tyson responded, "Because I can, who else can do it, but me, who else is he going to fight to make this happen? We just got to listen to the fact we got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that has ever lived." The upcoming fight has sparked heated debates among fans, with many questioning whether it's wise for Tyson, whose age and reflexes may no longer be at their peak, to take on a much younger opponent. Concerns have only grown following recent health setbacks, including a flight incident and an ulcer flare-up. However, former champion Tim Bradley Jr., now 40, sees things differently. He believes Tyson still has what it takes to pull off a victory reminiscent of his prime. In a recent interview with ProBox TV, Bradley suggested that 2-minute rounds would allow Tyson to fully unleash his explosive power. With a record of 50-6, Tyson has the experience to cut off the ring and trap Paul, 10-1, breaking him down with relentless body shots. Despite many predicting a Tyson win, there's also concern about the risk of him suffering a knockout loss. The once dominant champion now faces physical challenges like sciatica, hip surgery, and the endurance demands of a professional fight. UFC star Michael Chandler has echoed these concerns, pointing out Paul's size advantage in his last fight against Mike Perry, where he stood over 4 inches taller and had a 20-pound edge, he told Lucky Block. Now it's Mike Tyson who is 30 years older. Mike Tyson's about 60, and Jake's about 30. I love Mike Tyson. Nobody wants to see Mike Tyson get knocked out, but everybody wants to see Mike Tyson catch Jake Paul and knock him out. UFC fighter Michael Chandler has taken note of Jake Paul's victories over Nate Diaz and Ben Askren, raising an important question. Could Tyson suffer the same fate? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, Teddy Atlas, a key figure in Tyson's early career, played a major role in shaping the 58-year-old into the boxing legend he is today. However, despite their history, the 68-year-old trainer has never listed Tyson among the greatest talents he's worked with. Atlas coached Tyson between the ages of 12 and 15, helping develop his foundation as a fighter. Over the years, he has also worked with big names like Shannon Briggs, Tim Bradley, and Michael Moorer. Yet, in a recent interview with The Ring, Atlas surprised many by overlooking Tyson and these other champions, instead naming Wilfred Benitez as the most exceptional talent he's ever trained, said. Sometimes you go to the Academy Awards and one movie wins all the awards. Why you go to do that would be Benitez. Anyone who could beat Roberto Duran amongst many other great fighters, that's a pretty good resume. I would say Bonnet's overall was the package. He was a special fighter. Tyson, once the undisputed king of the heavyweight division, is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters of his generation. However, the real question is how the seasoned champion will perform in his return to the ring. With his highly anticipated showdown against Jake Paul set for November 15th, all eyes are on Tyson. The two fighters are scheduled to meet at a press conference this Sunday, building even more hype for the event. In a recent interview, Tyson assured fans that he's feeling great and confidently vowed to defeat Paul when they finally square off. He said, "I'm looking forward to facing off with Jake Paul at Fanatics Fest in NYC. The countdown is back on. I'm feeling great and looking forward to knocking out Jake Paul on Netflix on Friday, November 15th at AT&T Stadium in Texas." At 27, Jake Paul sees his upcoming showdown with Tyson as the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. But that doesn't mean he plans to take it easy on his idol. Paul has been adamant that once they step into the ring, there will be no respect, only business. He's made it clear that he intends to turn the fight into a nightmare for the legendary champion, he said. "After eating Mike Perry as an appetizer, I'm ready to go for the main course on Friday, November 15th. To fight the biggest, baddest boxer ever is a dream come true for me, but it will be a nightmare for Mike Tyson." After 19 years away from the ring, Tyson's comeback showcases his dedication to both personal growth and his legacy. In contrast, Paul seems driven more by excitement than strategy, leading some to question whether he's exposing vulnerabilities, despite his recent win over Mike Perry. With the fight against Tyson fast approaching, Paul may be feeling the weight of stepping into the ring with a true legend. At the press conference, Tyson's entrance was met with thunderous cheers, while Paul stood firm, adopting a confrontational stance. However, the normally confident Paul showed signs of frustration, snapping at the crowd to quiet down, a rare crack in his usual bravado. Paul, who openly supports former President Donald Trump, took aim at New York City's political leanings, further riling up the crowd. Meanwhile, Tyson, known as the baddest man on the planet, remained unfazed, basking in the support of the fans. Staying true to his no-nonsense approach, Tyson issued a simple but firm warning. When they meet in the ring this November, he plans to teach Paul a lesson in discipline.
I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when?
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. As soon as I catch this guy, because he's going to be running around, but as soon as I catch this guy, it's going to be totally over.
Though the title baddest man on the planet dates back to his final professional fight in 2005, Mike Tyson's legendary aura remains as strong as ever. This was evident at Fanatics Fest NYC in Manhattan, where the Brooklyn native received a hero's welcome. His arrival electrified the crowd, proving that his influence and presence are still unmatched. Despite the hype surrounding the fight, Tyson chose to let Paul handle most of the trash talk. At 58, he passed on multiple chances to verbally dismantle his opponent, instead offering brief and measured responses. However, when it came down to it, Tyson issued a chilling warning. This fight would be brutal, and he planned to finish it decisively. He advised Paul to be in peak condition because, as Tyson put it, his well-being would depend on it.
Be in shape, be in good shape, because your health depends on it.
As Tyson and Paul came face to face, the 58-year-old engaged in a brief and unimpressive pushing match. Just moments earlier, Paul, boasting 10 wins in 11 professional fights, boldly claimed that the doubts and challenges he's faced in the ring have molded him into a modern-day Muhammad Ali. Paul said, "I'm the anti-hero, people will love me soon enough. When you're at the top, people are clawing to pull you down. That's the way the game goes. He's vicious, he's a killer. I know all these things, but I will prove all the haters wrong." Meanwhile, British fighter Alois Jr. has raised concerns about the possibility of Mike Tyson's fight against Jake Paul being called off due to health risks. Given Paul's significant youth advantage, there are growing fears that Tyson could suffer a serious injury in the ring. Speaking to TopSport, Jr. suggested that officials might step in to stop the match if the risk to Tyson's well-being becomes too great, he expressed. "I think he may get stopped, to be honest with you. He is just too old. Your body has declined too much at that age. His boxing legacy will suffer if he is halted in such a manner by Jake Paul. The first wouldn't want to see that at all, but who knows, he was one of my idols. If the fight ever happens, we don't know. I just wouldn't like to see that." Tyson Fury is brimming with confidence, firmly believing that Mike Tyson will defeat Jake Paul in their much-anticipated showdown. Inspired by the legendary former champion, Fury is convinced that Tyson's knockout power remains just as dangerous, regardless of age. In a recently resurfaced clip shared by MMA Read, Fury passionately argued that Tyson's punching ability is still as lethal as ever. He expressed unwavering support, stating that sharing the same name as the boxing icon only strengthens his loyalty. Acknowledging Tyson's past encouragement of his own career, Fury made it clear he's fully backing Iron Mike and hopes to see him secure a dominant knockout victory over Paul.
Listen, if Mike Tyson hits anybody, don't care if he's 90, he's going to knock him out cold, isn't he? It's Iron Mike Tyson. Obviously, I have to back Mike Tyson. I'm named after the legend, and I back him. As he always backs me, I'm backing Mike for the knockout. Come on, Mike!
The boxing community is torn over the upcoming fight, with many concerned about Tyson's safety. However, despite the worries, Paul remains determined to face the 58-year-old, especially after his victory over Perry, said. "He's tough as nails. I'm sorry it took so long. Respect to Mike Perry. He's the king of violence. He's the BKFC champion. I hit too hard. He took a lot of damage, and that's a W for me. I expected that, but I did put him down in the first round. He just survived. Mike Tyson, your next big boy, sign the contract." Paul spoke with deep reverence for Mike Tyson, recognizing him as a colossal figure in boxing history alongside legends like Ali. He expressed gratitude for the opportunity to face Tyson in the ring, while firmly declaring his intent to claim victory. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, former undisputed heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated showdown. Klitschko described the fight as exceptional, highlighting the stark contrast between Tyson, a seasoned boxing legend, and Paul, a younger, ambitious YouTuber-turned-fighter. He saw the bout as an inspiring spectacle, not just for Tyson but also for those from his own era, eagerly awaiting how it would unfold.
8 years old, what do you think of this fight?
Well, that's also outstanding, as this fight in Riyadh. Mike Tyson at his age is facing a YouTuber that is much younger and hungry and capable of boxing as well. So it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age.
Yeah.
It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching, so to speak, and hopefully, and I look forward to that match as well.
Whispers circulated, with many believing Tyson's age posed a significant hurdle to continuing his career. However, Klitschko confronted this notion head-on, arguing that age is merely a mental block, a limitation people impose on themselves. He emphasized that the key to overcoming any challenge lies in mastering the mind. Klitschko urged others to see age not as a real barrier but as a psychological one, encouraging them to push forward with unwavering determination, regardless of the years behind them.
That fight goes, a lot is being made that, Mike Tyson might be too old for Jake Paul. Obviously, like you mentioned, Jake Paul's coming from a YouTube background. Do you think he's too old? Do you think Mike will still get the knockout?
You can only be too old in your mind.
Yeah.
If you control your mind, you control everything in your life.
Wow, that's great advice. And just final one from me, like you said, Mike Tyson still fighting might be a little bit of a lesson to you as well. Is there any potential of a comeback with a lot of people coming back?
There is no comeback in the sport.
Yeah.
I've been asked about last day.
Anthony Taylor, who once faced Jake Paul in the ring, is now preparing for a major showdown against the legendary Mike Tyson. However, with growing concerns about Tyson's health, Taylor is urging the boxing icon to think twice before fighting. He's emphasizing the importance of safety, much like KSI did when he chose to step back for his well-being, said. Mike Tyson is a lamb to the slaughter. He should follow KSI and save himself a concussion against Jake Paul. Mike Tyson needs to take a leaf out of Xi's book and pull out of his fight against Jake Paul. I've worked with Jake behind the scenes, and trust me, you haven't seen what he's capable of. Tyson is a lamb to a slaughter. However, a new training video has surfaced, showing Mike Tyson in top form as he intensely prepares for his upcoming fight against Jake Paul. At 58 years old, Mike Tyson still moves with incredible speed, faster than even today's top champions like Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, and Terrence Crawford. What's his secret? Tyson's unique mix of explosive reflexes and raw power keeps him performing at a level that even elite heavyweights aspire to reach. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more of our content on the screen. Don't miss out on the latest boxing updates and highlights.